The Navy and the Pentagon have released disturbing videos related to UFOs in recent years. However, this does not remove the existing veil of mystery surrounding what can't be identified.
Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
UFO, unidentified flying object. For decades, people of the Pacific Northwest have seen things in the sky that they can't explain.
We saw this immense object in the field over there with lights that were spinning, and it was something we had never seen before. It took up most of this valley, and it was just hovering. It was just hovering, and we were mesmerized.
Gloria Benacci and her friend Mary saw something too.
We were walking along, and all of a sudden we looked up and there was an object. It seemed to come out of nowhere. And of course we were scared and we ducked down in some tall grass behind a fence line. It was football shaped, it had red lights. All of a sudden it went up and horizontally it went toward the high bluff, and it just kind of went below the bluff and then seemed to just go really fast and be gone.
On June 21, a man named Harold Dahl, who has a 50-foot boat, he goes to a dock in Tacoma and he picks up 2 dock workers. He also brings his son Charles, also brings the family dog Sparky, and they're all on the boat and they go 3 miles and they're just off Maury Island when they see, allegedly, 6 flying discs. And they describe them as round and hollow like a donut. But then there's this explosion. And according to the accounts, the explosion is almost like a molten lava. They refer to it as slag. And it's pelting down, and it's right above the boat. Harold's son is burned badly on his arm. The boat's being badly damaged. So they are so frightened, they take that 50-foot boat and they actually race it up on the beach on Maury Island to get off the boat and hide in cliffs that were there.
The object flew away, and the men returned to Tacoma. They agreed not to tell anyone what they had seen. The next day, Amit says, a mysterious man dressed all in black showed up at Dahl's house. The man took Dahl to a diner and encouraged him to remain silent.
You shouldn't tell anyone else what you saw.
Dahl eventually claimed the whole incident was a hoax. But at the instant thing, Dahl was just tired of not being believed.
This is not something to dismiss as a hoax. It at least belongs over here. If nothing else, it belongs over here with the Roswells and the other great stories.
Como quieran, vayan luz y ya. Sí.
Originally got me interested in UFOs as a very dramatic sighting I had as a young boy. I was 6.5 years of age, I believe. I don't remember the exact date, but I can approximate it because I think I know the car we were in. I was seated in the right-hand seat of a 1953 Studebaker with a chrome ring on the nose. Anybody who's in his 60s or 70s or 80s would know what a 53 Studebaker looks like. My mother and my older brother and I were at a drive-in theater on the edge of the St. Louis Airport, Lambert Field. A disturbance started brewing in the theater and people started shouting and running around. and staring up in the sky and pointing in the sky. And I looked out the right-hand side of the car and saw one of the most dramatic, bizarre-looking things I've ever seen in my life.
They flew just like as if you took a saucer and skipped it across a river. That's what he said. He didn't call them flying saucers. That was what the news did. He said it was just as if you took a saucer and skipped it across a river. He said they were saucer shaped, and that's why he said that, you know, because you'd skip a rock just the same way, you know. But he didn't say they were flying rocks.
Not as catchy.
Not exactly, no.
Suddenly a lot of people started seeing flying saucers around the country. Do you recall that? Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I remember that. But you know something? The difference was that they were able to say so. They had seen them for centuries.
That kind of gave them the courage to speak up.
Gave them the courage to speak up. That's the only thing that changed. Since it was out on the press, then they said, oh yeah, I saw one of those. One time he came in, he'd just been out in Eastern Oregon. He asked me, do you believe time travel is possible? And I said, yeah, I think so. I think if it ever existed, it's probably still there.
We're into this use critical thinking. We most certainly use critical thinking, especially when we're here at night watch, because what we're doing is we have to differentiate between what would be an airplane, a satellite, or a UFO. And we have, so, you know, we do know when the satellites are overhead, but when the UFOs are over, they're a little bit more impressive.
Like nothing man-made.
You'll notice a certain star kind of blinking off and on, and I'm still kind of perplexed by it. Like, I'm not at the point where I'm saying, oh, I clearly saw an alien spacecraft, blah, blah, blah. But there is a unique quality to the sky viewing experience that I've never experienced anywhere else.
And when people come here, they meet the owner of the place, Star Watch, or the Night Watch, and you go out there and you look up into the sky, and all of a sudden you begin to see orbs form in the sky that move down towards the ranch. They fly overhead. Some are brighter than others.
Mysteries like this will continue to haunt us as long as there are witnesses to record or photograph unusual objects crossing the skies of our world. Are they alien ships, multidimensional beings, or are we actually making all this up?